So far in my journey to becoming a B racer, I have raced in medium length races with a finishing time of 25 to 40 minutes. My plan has been to stay with the leading group for as long as possible. In the first race, I managed to stay with the leading group for 5.5 minutes, but in the second race, I stayed with the leading group for 17 minutes. Today I'm racing 3 consecutive tiny races in the B category, followed by a medium length race in the C category on fatigued legs. My idea is that the tiny races will test my ability to stay with the leading group at an even higher pace than normal, but for a shorter duration. And then on empty tanks, I will need to use good tactics to race well in the C race. Let's see how it goes. Race 1 is very challenging. It starts off with a climb, then it's flat for a short bit and finishes with another climb. Around here at the 3-minute mark, I start to lose the group, but I find a way to fight my way back. There I'm back with the group again, and from this point on, I'm pretty much with the group all the way to the finish. So roughly 8 minutes of hard racing, and according to Zwift, as you can see here, my 5-minute watts per kilo was 4.1, but on Zwift Power it is registered as 3.9. Either way, it's a personal best 5-minute watts per kilo for me on Zwift. Race 2 feels very slow right from the start. I stay with the group all the way to the ramp that leads up to the final sprint. But then it becomes obvious that I'm only a C racer. No real big numbers in this race. Feels like everyone was just hanging around until the final sprint. My 5-minute watts per kilo, for example, is just about where my best 20-minute watts per kilo is normally. Race 3 is a bit tricky. It starts off with a short, punchy incline, but I managed to hang on through that first incline and also through a subsequent sprint segment. And I actually hang on for over 5 minutes. It's only when the final climb starts and I need to push 5 watts per kilo for almost a minute that it becomes too hard for me to hang on, and I lose the group. From then on, it's a solo ride until the finish. I feel that I've grown a lot in the last couple of weeks racing in B. I stay with the lead group longer and I no longer suffer from category imposter syndrome. Let's move on to the next event, which is a medium length category C race. Remember, I've only had about 15 minutes of rest between the last tiny race and this race, which will last roughly 30 minutes. For the first time in a long time, I'm in a C race not thinking about the numbers. This time, I just want to finish well and use good tactics. One such tactic is to not be in the lead but rather stay in the draft to save energy, because I really feel the impact of the tiny races in my legs. Here, at around 11 minutes, the first real challenge appears. It's a short 1-minute climb that requires about 4 watts per kilo to stay with the group. I managed to do so, and now it's a short rest until the longer climb that is coming up. final climb requires almost 4 watts per kilo for 3.5 to 4 minutes. That proves to be really tough at this point, but I managed to stay with the group. But just look at my face. This has been a tough 1 hour of racing thus far. And at this point, I start to feel lightheaded and I'm not even sure if I can finish the race. But still, I'm in the lead group, and now the only remaining challenge is the final sprint. I finished 8th, which is a new personal best in this kind of race in the C category. And that comes right after 3 very challenging tiny races in the B category. So in conclusion, a very good racing day for me with 2 personal bests. The 5-minute watts per kilo in the first tiny races, and then of course the 8th place finish in this C category race. I want to thank you for watching this video. I sure hope that you come back for more. Until then, take care.